Hi everybody! Today we're going to be reading the Twinkl Original Mothers and Others Day. This is a story about Akal who moves to a new village where they celebrate Mothers and Others Day. He's heard of Mother's Day, but he doesn't know who the others are. Let's read the story and find out. Akal stood outside his new school in the village that he had just moved to. "Are you excited?" asked Mum. "A bit excited, a bit scared," said Akal. Mum gave Akal a huge hug and put an extra one in his pocket for later. Just then, Akal's new childminder, Rania, arrived. "I'll pick you up after school," smiled Rania. "Why don't you go in with Marley? She's in your class." Mr. Campos welcomed Akal to Peach class and sat him with Marley, Tilly and Jacob. They were kind and friendly. Then Mr. Campos told the class that it was Mother's and Others Day on Sunday. As Mr. Campos talked about a parade and making cards and gifts, Akal was confused. He knew it was Mother's Day at the weekend, but he had not heard of Mother's and Others Day. Who were the others? At Rania's house after school, the children sat down to have a snack. Akal couldn't open his biscuit, so Rania helped him. "Tell me all about your first day," she said with a big smile. After their snack, Rania helped the children to do some Mother and Others Day artwork. The children used their hands to make hearts on pieces of card. Akal made one for his mum. But who else could he give one to? That night, as Akal got ready for bed, he asked Mum if they could go to the parade. "Of course," smiled Mum. "That sounds like a lovely way to spend Mother's Day." "It's Mother's and Others Day here," said Akal. "Mr. Campos says it's a village tradition." "Mother's and Others Day sounds wonderful," said Mum. "I'd love to go." Akal cleaned his teeth, wondering if Mum knew who the others were. The next day, Mr. Campos taught the children a song that Peach class would be singing at the celebrations on Sunday. Soon they were all singing beautifully. Jacob sang a solo, and Akal thought he was very brave. Suddenly, Marley started to cry. "I feel sick," she told Mr. Campos. "Not to worry," said Mr. Campos kindly. "We'll ring home and ask if Dad or Daddy can pick you up." After lunch, Akal sat next to Tilly at carpet time. "Your hairstyle is cool," Akal said. "Thanks," said Tilly proudly. "My stepmom did it for me." Mr. Campos gave the class a special project to do at home. "I'd like you to draw some portraits of your mothers and others," he said. "Then we'll use them on Sunday to make a huge display in the park." Later on, Akal's grandfather picked him up from Rania's house because Mum had to work late. Nanaji cooked a yummy dinner while Akal drew his portrait of Mum. "That's my mother, but who are the others?" Akal thought. The phone rang and Nanaji spoke to someone for a few minutes. "That was Jacob's foster dad," Nanaji told Akal. "He's organising a picnic for Peach class after the parade. It sounds like a great way to get to know everyone." It was the morning of Mother's and Others Day. Akal and Mum walked towards the park for the parade. Akal clutched his portrait of Mum, ready to add it to the display. "Welcome everyone," said the head teacher over a microphone. "Before the parade, Peach class is going to sing for us." Akal stood with his new friends and was thrilled to see that Marley was feeling better. As they began to sing, Akal saw Nanaji arrive and gave him a huge thumbs up. He saw Marley's dad, who had looked after her when she was sick. He saw Tilly's stepmom, who helped her do her hair in amazing styles. He saw Jacob's foster parents dancing along to the song, and Rania stood at the back, mouthing the words that she had helped Akal and Marley to practice. "On Mother's and Others Day we all share our love for those who really care. You hug us, you help us, you're always there. Let's shout our thanks into the air. Suddenly, Akal knew who the others were. They were all the people who loved and cared for him and his friends. They all deserved to be celebrated because they were all very special. After they had finished singing, Akal ran over to a bench and pulled his pens and paper out of his bag. He quickly drew some more pictures, just in time to add them to the display alongside his portrait of Mum. The head teacher announced that it was time for the parade. Bring up your mothers and others, she cried. Akal excitedly grabbed Mum and Nanaji, pulling them along. You're coming too, he said to Rania. Yes, come and walk with us, Rania, shouted Marley. They skipped towards Tilly, Jacob, and all their grown-ups who were gathering to start the parade. It wasn't long before they were all parading through the streets of the village and having a wonderful time. I think I'm going to like it here, thought Akal. He felt lots of love for his fabulous mother, as well as so many wonderful others in his life. I hope you enjoyed this read-along of the Twinkl Original Mothers and Others Day. And if you're looking for more read-along stories, then don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time.